Hi, this is Kurt Mortensen. This is Maximize Your Influence. I just finished a podcast, MaximizeYourInfluence.com or Spotify or iTunes or wherever you go, on those mean tricks they play in negotiation. Do they do those? Are there mean people out there? You know there are. They still teach these things. And so on this channel, what I want to do is supersize some of the things I talked about and not just talk about the mean tricks. I want to talk about the dirty deeds done dirt cheap, if you're an AC/DC fan. Those dirty deeds, the really dark tactics. But before I get into that, make sure you give us a like, you subscribe, you do all the things you need to do. Tell your friends, your family, your enemies about Maximize Your Influence. Go to MaximizeYourInfluence.com. Get the free book, Maximum Influence. Take your persuasion IQ test. Find out about coaching. And of course, you could get more deep into the world of persuasion and influence. So let's dive into this. The first thing is that some of the ones we talked about in the podcast aren't really that dirty. For example, the flinch. Oh, they fall off their seat. They can't believe it. It's highway robbery. You know, they're trained to do that. Other cultures are probably more prone to do things like that. You might see the semi-dirty good cop, bad cop, where one person's really nice, the other person just beats you up, and that's the bad cop side. You might see take it or leave it right in your face. You know, they're trained to do that. Semi-dirty, but I want to get to the really dark ones. Now, clarify here. Not so that you can use these. I don't want you to use these. They should be abolished, but they're still out there. I teach you so you can be prepared for these dark tactics. Because if you're blindsided with one of these, they could get the whole deal, get most of the deal, and you could get stuck short with what you need in the negotiation process. So let's get to the first one. The first one would be the power play, that intimidation. They cut off an inch of your seat, you feel a little shorter, subconsciously you feel inferior. Still do it. Make you sit in the sunshine, turn the heat up in the room, smoke in a non-smoking room, get food without telling you, make you wait 20, 30 minutes before they're ready to see you. All intimidation. Remember, this is just all adult teasing on the low-level side of the dirty scale, or this is just pure meanness, trying to get the upper hand, get the power play, make you feel inferior, make you make a mistake. So just stay in control, let them know they're doing it to you, and realize that you might want to walk if they're doing these things to you. If you have to get the deal done, just know, all right, this is what they were taught to do. Kind of lame, kind of silly, but that's what it is. That's the best way to handle it. The next one is the nibble. They wait till the very end of the negotiation, and then right when you get ready to sign, they nibble. They want something, want to get something, and you just got to say, no, you've got a great deal, or nibble back. Well, sure, if I'm giving you 6%, I want to deliver it in 2 months instead of 3 months. Whatever it is, you either nibble back or say, no, you've got a great deal. It's just a psychological play. Or they start nibbling at the very beginning. They call it thin slicing, where eventually they get the whole ham. They get the whole piece of meat. If they're going to nibble, you nibble back. That is rule number one in negotiation. Next one, the mix-up, right? You get an accidental BCC in your email about what's going on, what's happening. You were supposed to get this information, or that accidental fax, if they still do those. Well, wow, that was a stroke of luck. Now I know what's going on. No, you don't. They did it on purpose. That's what they were trained to do. Do the opposite, right? They made sure that you got that email, and you got to be very careful of that, because they still train you on these things. You got to be very careful on this dirty deed. The next one, the phony offer, especially in real estate. You put your home up for $400,000. You're all excited. It's a good price. And the first person comes and says, 300. You're like, no, go away. Then the next one's 280, 270, then another 280, then maybe a 300, then maybe a 310 if you're lucky, and you're like having these psychological games that you're way off course. You've got all these offers, and man, you bid your house way too high. No, they're all with the same company. They're just trying to adjust your perception. Stick to your guns. Know what things are worth. If this dirty deeds will hurt you if you're not really ready for that psychological game. Here's another one. The double split the difference. Hey, you're at 100, I'm at 80,000. Let's split the difference at 90. You're like, okay. Like, really? You're at 90, you could do 90? Well, yeah. Well, if you're at 90 and I'm 80, we could do 85. You see what just happened there? And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. No, play stupid and dumb. You got to back up and either run or tell, like, no, this is where you were. Let's go back to the numbers. They're going to play dumb and say, you're at 90 and I'm at 80. Be very careful of that dirty deed. How about this one? The oops. This is how it happens. find a little thing, little change in the contract. They say, oh, we'll go take care of it. They make the change, print out new contracts, you sign them. They change more than one thing, and they're like, whoa, oops, how did that get in there? They play dumb. I know you don't want to hear this, but if they're making a change, if they're putting in the contract, you've got to read the whole thing or have somebody else do that, or you get stuck in this dirty deed and you will lose the negotiation. Or the what if. They'll say something like, well, what if we tripled the order? And you're like, whoa. Or they'll say something like, what if we paid cash? You're like, well, if you're willing to do that, I can give you these terms. And like, well, we can't pay cash, we can't triple the order, but we sure like those terms. You've come down, now they know that price. You got to stick to your gun and say, no, that's only if you do this, this, and this. Be very careful, these dirty deeds. They're real, they're out there. Please don't use them. Just be aware of them. Negotiation is real. But remember the rule. Always persuade first, negotiate second. They're two very different tools. Find out more about those tools at MaximizeYourInfluence.com. Again, hit the like button. Appreciate you being here. Tell your friends. Master these skills. Learn how to persuade, learn how to negotiate, and go out and persuade with power.